Eureka. I can't imitate your laugh. It was close. That was close.
The very first time I met Eureka was when I walked into the workroom doors, girl. I saw her big red and yellow cock-a-doodle-doo behind. And I said, oh, Eureka!
She's actually a really good sister that's not very judgmental.
I met her through the lens of the TV, but seeing her in person and actually talking to her on and off set of the show, I realized that she really is a gentle and kind-hearted person.
Yuhua is a super crazy, zany, wackadoo kind of person, all put into like 3 feet of drag queen.
My relationship with Blair, I met her from Drag Race while filming, and she's very sweet, she's very shy, she's very lovely. I have nails on. Right?
Oh, how do I spell that? You're the only 10 I see.
Oh my God, that's lovely. Write that down.
Am I making the hall?
Girl, if you get that Sharpie on your face, I'm going to.
Oh, no!
I think you should go first.
Since
sister.
I have plenty to say.
Yeah, you have so much to say.
Okay, I love your humor.
Oh, well, that's so funny. My first one is I think you're very funny. I put energetic because you enter a room and you are very energetic. It's electrifying.
You look good as a girl and out of drag, and that's hard for most drag queens.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. I get so often that I look so young out of drag, and it's something I've been like really insecure about.
You'll be, that's good.
I love it when you imitate my country accent, actually.
Shut up! That was my next one! Some people have like annoying Southern accents, but yours is like a really nice one that I like to hear. Next, I put fashion-y. Because you own that you're a big girl and you dress fucking fierce.
I want to own that I'm big. You know, I think
Yeah.
people all the time are like, oh, well, it's not because you're bigger, it's not about being big. And I'm like, oh no, baby, it's because I'm big.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you own it.
I think it's the first step to like sizeism not being an issue.
I love your positive attitude. You always bring so much energy to a room. I've always looked to you as someone that's like really smiley, really positive. You always do, you make me smile. It's true, it's really true.
I love that whenever you meet anybody, you just kind of treat them like you already know them.
Aw.
Very humble and sweet.
Not a rock. I love you, sister.
Mwah. This is interesting. Oh, we're still doing it.
All right. How was that?
Great. Well, that felt good actually, in a really strange way.
That was weird.
That was interesting.
I think if you're able to look into someone for, was it a minute? But well, that was 2 minutes. But it definitely makes you, I feel the energy of someone a bit more.
It's hard for me to stay contained. I guess I want to constantly be making people laugh and stuff. It just shows how like, maybe I still have a little piece of desperation to like, maybe make people like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I already do. You don't have to try with me, boo. I went to a really like rough like middle school, and in 6th grade, a group of 8th graders, they all jumped me and beat me up. They were just beating me up, calling me faggot, calling me sissy, all this stuff. And I'm looking back then, you know, I felt like I was weak then, but those pivotal things I feel like in my life helped shape me to be a very confident adult in who I am, because I never want to be shamed for being naturally and honestly me.
I'm gonna taught you how to fight, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, girl.
If I was there, I would have fought them for you. My next pivotal moment is a little different, but a year ago, my mother was diagnosed with throat cancer, you know, and it changed everything about my family, and I felt like I was lost and didn't understand how I was gonna be able to be strong for my sister's kids that she was taking care of, but seeing her go through it and like, you know, make it through chemotherapy and radiation, and it was a traumatizing time for her. It just reminded me like the strength and love that like the power of family and having children and all these emotional parts of you can have. I needed to fight for myself like she was for herself.
Strong bitch.
Yeah, she is a strong bitch. She is a strong bitch.
I moved here when I was 7 years old, and it didn't hit me that I was actually in America, in a different country, until the plane landed at JFK. And then I looked out the window, and it was snowing. It was the first time I ever saw snow. I didn't speak the language, my family didn't speak the language, and it was scary to adjust to a whole complete different culture.
I think it's so amazing that, you're so in tune with who you are as a person, but like who you are is more than just being an Asian American and coming to America. I think who you are like really speaks like to who you are inside and like your heart. The last point of mine that is like really, really important to me is me finding my sobriety. It's taken me a long time to realize that I might not just be a normal drinker and that sobriety is a cool thing. It's not something that's, weird. And it was something that I needed to do for me, for my career, to finally get in tune with who I am and the reason why I had a problem to begin with. That I was masking a lot of things that I have inside of me, and I was masking feelings with, escaping. And that's not who I am, and it's been good to find that. It's been really good.
And when you face the problems, it just makes you a stronger person.
It does.
It makes you a stronger person that you were yesterday.
I think I learned a lot more about you in this couple minutes of doing this than I've, in the past few months that we've had together, like as friends. And I didn't know as much about you as I thought I did. And like that kind of opens your eyes and makes you think that you might not know as much about people as you think you do.
Oh, we're friends.
Friends.
You said RuPaul's best friend, right?
It is now.